Hello everyone, welcome to BT InfoSec. My name is BT and I'm going to be taking you through my journey in cybersecurity. This is my first video and I would like you all to join me because I'll be uploading a lot of information and walkthroughs in information security, cybersecurity in general. I work as a cybersecurity analyst and I also want to make sure I can pass knowledge to people, and for anyone who's just getting into cybersecurity, you can gain some skills for you to be able to get your first job in cybersecurity. Today, I'm going to be taking you through the installation of Nessus Essentials. Nessus is a vulnerability scanner owned by Tenable. So they have different scanners called they have Tenable IO, they have Tenable SC, they also have Nessus Professional. So, but today we're going to be looking at Nessus Essentials. The Nessus Essentials is it's a free scanner that you can download online. So I'm going to take you to the website. So I already have this open here, but let's go to a fresh page, for example. And let's just go to Google. So you go to google.com and you can just search for Tenable. So it's going to take you to a page. It's going to take you to different options of Tenable. So you can go for, let's go for the tenable.com. So you could just click on Nessus right here. So first of all, you go to the website. The first thing you have to do is sign up. So because the Nessus Essentials has the registration key or the license key you're going to be given to sign up for the scanner. So if you this is their website, you can see they have the Nessus. They have the Nessus Essentials. They have the Nessus Professional, and this is the Tenable IO. So for today, we're going to be going through the Nessus Essentials. So you can just go here and click on download. So if you click on download, it's going to take you to another page where you can sign up. So in this page, you're going to be signing up for the trial. Let me try to make this smaller, okay? So yeah, so you can always sign up for the trial. So you put your first name, your last name, your business email. But even if you don't have a business email, you can as well put your Gmail, your Whomail. If you have a student email address, so you're a student and you're in a school, you can use your student email. Like I use my Gmail and it worked. So also, if you come here, you can see the products that you have. Let me go back. Okay, so let me go back. Sorry about that. So you could just over here you could just see the type of products they have. They have Tenable EP, IO, Nessus, Tenable SC, Tenable AD, OT, and Tenable Lumen. So when you register for this, you put your first name, your last name. They're gonna send you the license code to your email. So for me, I already done that, so I don't need to do it anymore. I just want to show you how you can do that. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the downloads page. So you could just click here right here. So if you click here, it takes you to the downloads page for Tenable, which is the same thing as what I have here. The same thing as what I have here, but I could take you down here so that you can see how I got to that page. So you just click on Nessus. So here you can also download the Nessus agents, Nessus network monitor. Like these are where all the downloads are technically. So you click on the Nessus. So on the Nessus, right now you have to try to imagine what have to try to know what exactly what operating system are you using. For example, this is Windows. If you have a Windows operating system, let's say for example you want to install it on your Windows 10 or your Windows 10 virtual machine is possible. Yeah, this one too, the Debian stroke 910 stroke Kali Linux. But for my own today, I'm using the Ubuntu. So I'm just gonna go to search for Ubuntu. So there are two types of Debian package here for the Ubuntu. I'm gonna choose this one because I use the latest Ubuntu. I just downloaded this for my Nessus scanner. So I'm just gonna click on this. So if you click on it, it's gonna give you the license and agreement. You're gonna go through. You have to read through the license, and you don't need to read everything, but you could just click on agree. And once you click on agree, it starts downloading immediately. This is downloading Nessus. But I already did this, I already did this already, so I don't need to download it. I'm just gonna cancel it. I already downloaded it before before the start of this video, so I can just go to my downloads page. This is my Nessus right here. So the next thing I can do is you could just right click and click on open terminal. So I right clicked on my downloads folder, so that way it could take me directly to my downloads folder when I go to the terminal. So I can click go ls. Now that's my downloads folder. That's my downloaded Nessus Debian package. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to run the command sudo. Sudo is to use super user on Linux. So I'm going to also run the data package manager dpkg. So this is going to on like it's going to kind of like remove our Nessus file from like a folder, and it's going to install it. So it's in a zip folder right now. So I'm just going to click -I. Then you can just type NE. So the -I is for install. You just click NE and you press the tab. It's going to autocomplete, or alternatively, sometimes what I do is you can as well just come here, right here. You copy this and you paste it. Still the same. So when you do that, you press enter. Ask for password for your Linux. So I put my password, and it's gonna say selected previously, and it starts unpacking the Nessus, and it's setting up Nessus and unpacking Nessus scanner core components. And after that, it says you can start your Nessus scanner by typing this. So we're gonna just type the command sudo just for super user. Now you can type the systemctl start nessusd.service. So this command is going to start our Nessus service. So now we want to check to see if our Nessus service is running. So you type the command sudo systemctl again. This time it's going to be status instead of stats. And you also type the nessusd.service again. Okay, if I can type, let me go correct that. So right now you can see our Nessus is running. You can see it is saying active here. So that shows that our Nessus scanner is running right now in this VM. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is press the Q button to quit. And it tells us over here you can go to this. So I could just copy this, copy link, and go to my browser, Firefox. And just paste that here. and press enter. So when you do that, it's gonna take you to this page asking you for, because this it does not recognize the certificate, so it's gonna ask you if you want to proceed, because it doesn't understand what kind of website we're heading to. So it's just gonna give us that page right now. Okay, still loading, still coming up. Okay, yep, this is it. So it says warning, potential security as risk ahead. So what we're just gonna do is click on the advanced and click the accept risk. So you can as well get to your Nessus like this. Alternatively, let me show you another way. You can just put this IP address of pointing it all back to our host, https slash put 127.0.0.1 8834 is the port. I'll press enter. If you do that, it's also going to take you to the same page, because we're pointing it out to ourselves, back to ourselves, just like this one says BT VirtualBox, which is our VM itself. So any of this, it's going to take you to, you're just going to still accept the risk, and you move on. So I can just close one of it. So now this page, it says welcome to Nessus. So the Nessus Essential is the one we're installing. So you can either if you're installing Nessus Professional, like maybe in a production environment, this is where you're going to click. And if you're using this as a Nessus Manager, if you're installing Nessus Manager, you can click this. And if it's a managed scanner, so what is a managed scanner? A managed scanner is basically when you're trying to install a scanner and you're trying to connect that scanner either to the cloud, which is Tenable IO, or to Tenable SC, which is Tenable Security Center. So Nessus, you can as well install Nessus as a managed scanner, but for this, we're just installing it as a Nessus Essential. So we're just gonna go on, click the continue. So here it says get an activation code. So technically, this is just talking about the same thing I showed you initially in the video. You can put your first name, your last name, and put the email, but we already got that. I'm sure you should have gotten the email after doing that step, so you just skip. So now is to paste our activation code. So I'm going to get my activation code from my notes here. I'm going to get it from my notes here once. And when I get it from my notes here, I'm just gonna click continue. So when I click continue, it's going to take me to the activation page to register for Nessus. So sorry, after the activation page, just 1 second. It's going to take you to the username and password. My VM is a little bit slow, so it's going to tell you to put in a username and a password. So let me put the username BT InfoSec, and the password is just my password. Okay, so I'm just going to click submit. Nope, don't save. And so right here, it's going to say it's downloading plugins. Please wait. So it is going to take some time. Just grab a coffee, stretch your legs, walk around, because this is going to take some time. So I'm just going to pause the video, and I'm going to continue recording after this is done. Okay, so this is our welcome page after we install Nessus. This is welcome to Nessus Essentials, and get started, launch your host discovery scan. So we're just going to close this. I'm just going to take you an overview of the Nessus itself. So right here, we have the scans. So for here, this is my scans. You can create new scans. You can click on this button to create new scan. You can create a new folder, or you can import some scans. This is the all scan. So if you have maybe multiple folders and you want to see all of them all in one, you can always click on the all scans. Or Maybe, for example, you have some photos, some scans in the trash. You can as well click on all scans to see everything. Then you could go to policies. So you could create scan policies. Scan policies are basically scan templates where you can have some specific rules or some specific plugins or type of scan you want to run. So instead of you setting up that kind of scan multiple times, you can as well just use the same template for multiple type of scans. And also right here, this is the plugin rules. So the plugin rules, this is allow you to hide or change the severity of any given plugin. So for example, if there's a plugin that comes out as a false positive all the time, you can always create a plugin rule to avoid that plugin. So I'm gonna be creating some more videos on how to create a host discovery scan, a vulnerability scan, how to use the plugin rules, and how to use some other features of the Nessus. So we can go to the settings here. So the settings here, it tells you the overview of your license, the version. It says licensed host 0 of 16 used. Says last updated. This is for plugins. Then it goes to license utilization. It goes to the software updates, and it goes to encryption password too. So after that, we could go over to the advanced. So this advanced is for changing some advanced settings for your scans. So when this comes up, you're gonna see, so allow post scan editing. So this is for the user interface. You can make some changes in the user interface. This is for the scanning. You can make some changes in the scanning, and this is for the login, performance, security, and miscellaneous. So if you, this other settings goes for if you want to use the proxy server. So you could also set up a proxy server where you want your scan to always try to link to, and you give a username and a password. You could also create an SMTP server. So this SMTP server, say for example, you want Nessus to send you a message after you run a scan. You can as well set up an SMTP server so that once the scan is done, it can always send you an email. But for example, if you use, maybe you work in a company where they use a Tenable.io, which is the cloud platform, in that case, you don't need to set up an SMTP server because the cloud already has an SMTP server. So it's just going to send the emails to you once the scan is done. So you could do, this is a custom CA, the Custom Certificate Authority. For this certificate authority, for example, it's going to, when it comes up, you're going to see what it says here. So if you have like SSL plugins that comes out, that it gives you the warning all the time, you can always install these as a certificate authority. Okay, so saving a custom certificate authority helps to mitigate findings from plugins. This particular plugin, that's SSL certificate cannot be trusted. So then after that, it goes to password management, then the scanner health. So the scanner health is just the overview of the scanner itself. So for example, this is tells you 150 MB, 152 MB of Nessus memory use, 0% CPU load. It says 0 host being scanned, and it gives you a scanner alert. So for this one, if you click on this, it tells us your system does not meet the minimum recommended number of cores. Number recommended is yours is 4, and your system has 1. So I just created this VM just for lab purpose and training. So that's why I'm just using 1 core. I don't need to use 4, but this doesn't disturb your scans anyway. So the system memory used, it's going to show that, and this is graph for data disk space use. So also if you go to notifications, so this one is for any notification. You can check notifications here, or you can check for the notifications right up here on the notifications tab here. That's if you click this, it's going to tell you the amount of notifications you have. And right here goes for the user account, for the account we created for Nessus. So for this is BT InfoSec. I can put my email. I can put current password, new password. So I can put something like subscribe at btinfosec.com, and I can save that, and I can change my password if I want to. So that is just the overview of the Nessus Essentials. I'm going to be creating more videos on how you can create a host discovery scan, how you can create a vulnerability scan. This is just for the installation. And thank you for joining me today. And please subscribe. And there's going to be a lot of content on this page, on this channel. Sorry, it's going to be a lot of content coming through my cybersecurity journey. So once you subscribe, you always get a notification when there's a new video comes up. Thanks. Bye.